Mute at your end.
Are you here?
Welcome to the podcast Below the Belt. And we are privileged as per normal to have each and every one of you here with us. Beatrice Selby, we see you out there. Beatrice Selby, we see you out there. Vashti Magnot, we see you as well. Let us know how you guys are receiving the audio. Let us know how you guys are receiving the audio. Vashti, good to see you in Waterloo, Canada. Pace and power for 2022. Good to see
Hey, quase
each
mato.
and every one of you. Let us know how you are receiving the audio where you are. Again, it is our privilege to have each and every one of you with us today. It is our privilege, real privilege to have each and every one of you. One of the things we're going to be talking about today is the state of the regions, and more on our broadcast, we are going to be talking about what's happening in the various regions of Guyana. Today, we're going to be looking at Region 3, and in particular, an area in Region 3 called Lagrange. Guys,
Yeah, that's right.
if you're hearing us loud and clear, let us know. If you're hearing us loud and clear,
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
let us know. We'd be privileged. My call is on the line. I'm going to ask him to mute at his
Perfect.
end. We're going to invite him in the conversation in just a bit. So, my brother, mute at your end for just a moment, and we're going to have him in the conversation in just a little bit. That being said, good to see Erwin Don Cook and Abiola Benjamin. Good to see Abiola Washington, rather. Good to see as well all you other fantastic folks. Let us know how you guys are receiving the audio out there. We think there might be a little um a little feedback at our end, but we want to make sure that we hear that you guys are hearing us out there loud and clear. We want to make sure that you guys are hearing us loud and clear wherever you are joining us from today. It is our privilege to have each and every one of you with us, wherever you guys are joining us from. Patricia Kisoon and Abiola Washington, Tessa Isaacs, Graves Zandi, Marsha Glasgow, Claudette Clark, Margaret Nelson, good to see you as well. Claudette Bovell Lewis, all the Claudettes are here with us. Romy Leander, Martha Harris, good to see you as well. And I'm happy that folks are saying that they're receiving the audio loud and clear. Guys, how is the weather wherever you guys are joining us from around the world? Let us know how you guys are receiving the audio where you are. It is our privilege to have so many of you already during this lunch hour join us, or I should say the traditional lunch hour. And you can feel free to let us know what you guys are having for lunch as well. We would be very, very excited and elated to know what you guys are having for lunch at your end. That being said, guys, as we come into the broadcast, as we come into the program, I hope that you guys are going to share the live stream, and we want to see those emojis too. We're trying to make sure that we get the best sound for you guys. So we're still fidgeting here at this end. Alexis, Arthur, and Sean, Sion, Rodney, Maureen, Copin Williams, and Rosham, Kimo, and all the other folks. Rafi Kemraj is here as well. Vashi Magnot says she's having some curry chicken and roti. Curry chicken and roti. Curry chicken and roti. But I would love to be having some. We would love to be having some of that. Maureen Coppin Williams says it's early morning where she is. Faye Ferdinand, we see you as well. Faye is joining us from Plaisance, right? From beautiful Plaisance. Lloyd Batson, rather. Lloyd Batson is joining us from New Jersey. New Jersey's up in the hizzer. Good to see you, Lloyd, there in New Jersey. Laverne Cameron is with us as well. And Abiola Benjamin is here too. Guys, we cannot do this program without you. And that is why we continue to ask you guys to share the live stream, guys. Share the live stream. We cannot do it without you. So feel free to share the live stream. Tag a friend. Tag who you got for tag. Full stop. Tag who you got to tag. Full stop. And let's move forward, folks. Forward ever. Backward never. How is it where you guys are? Guys, we love you so much. Thanks for joining us day after day on our programs. whether it is the Below the Belt podcast, it's our website, Credible Sources, or it's on the other program, In the Ring, that other program. Good to have each and every one of you guys. You make our day what it is. As I said, we're going to be joined from someone who is very concerned about what's happening in Lagrange in Region 3, and we're going to bring that person in shortly. We're going to bring that person in quite shortly. We were having some trouble initially, but we think we may have that sorted out. And guys, we're going to have that for you shortly. We just want to ensure at our end that we're getting through to all of the places where we need to be through on, and that you guys are hearing us loud and clear at your end. That's what we're trying to develop on at this point, ensuring that you guys are hearing the podcast loud and clear. Guys, why don't you take the opportunity to share the podcast? Share our podcast Below the Belt. Share that podcast for us, and we are going to have our guest with us quite shortly. But in other news coming out of Lagrange, I know the people there have been complaining about the water. Folks have been complaining about the water in Lagrange. The water there, they're telling us, leaves much to be desired. The quality of the potable water there in the branch, they say leaves much to be desired. Donna Samuel's joining us from Antigua. I see Wendy Ogle as well. Estelle Sinclair is here too. William Kosha. Valda Perry, we see you, Valda. And Michael get in. And all you other fantastic folks. Thanks for joining our podcast, Below the Belt. Let me see if I get our guests back, and let's get right into that discussion. Let me see if we get our guests back and we get right into discussion
that you have dialed is not
on
within
what's
the
happening.
serving.
Right? Hopefully, we're gonna get that person with us very shortly back. But a lot of stuff happening at Lagrange. Quite a few things happening at Lagrange, and we hope we have that caller back with us. And if we don't, I'm going to have to articulate some of what they've been telling us has been happening there. Quite some interesting information. Quite some interesting information, and we're going to have that person with us shortly as soon as we can. How is the weather where you are? How is the weather where you are? We hope you are fine. We hope the weather is great. If it's cold, guys, we hope that you stay bundled up. You got your layers. If you are north, we hope that you guys try as best as possible to stay warm, unless you're in places like Florida and so on, which is already warm. And if you're at home here in Guyana, guys, you got to stay dry. It's raining most of the morning, according to weather.com. According to weather.com, it is 27 degrees outside. There's a 59% chance of rain. And if the odds are that high, if the percentage is so high, more than likely it is going to rain. But it's 27 degrees outside right now. I don't think it's raining outside. We are in the studio, and so we don't have a good sense of what's happening outside immediately. But according to weather.com, when we came in, it was raining. They're saying it's 27 degrees outside, and there's a 59% chance that it is going to rain. A 59% chance it is going to rain. Great to see so many of you on the live stream even now. If you guys live in Lagrange, usually Fridays our calling program. If you guys live in Lagrange, only persons who might be listening to us from there, you can call as well. Our number is 627-6963. And let's take some of the concerns from Lagrange. But we are hearing that a lot of skullduggery is happening where the council there in Lagrange is concerned. Our guests had asked us for a minute to charge their phones and make sure they can come through to us very clearly with minimal interruptions. And we're going to try them back once more to see if we have them and how we can bring that call through quickly, swiftly, and get to the information. But again, 27 degrees outside, 59% chance it's going to rain. And we hope that you guys are fine where you are, that if lunch has not finished as yet, lunch coming to come, as we see here. Lunch is coming to come. And really looking forward to having all of you guys join us in the podcast. Take the opportunity to share the live stream. If you live in Lagrange and you know of some of the concerns there and you want to come through, I will give only those persons a chance. Please, if you live in Lagrange and you have some concerns with what's happening in the community, Our number 627-6963. I'm going to give you guys a chance to come through and to have those concerns because I'm still trying to get my caller from there who had some interesting information to share with us and some of the issues of the day transpiring at Lagrange. So we're holding for that person to come back into the studio, and we're going to see how that goes. But quite a number of frightening things happening, and we're tracking that. Region 3 on the whole got a lot of COVID 19 positive persons. A lot of COVID 19 positive persons. And yesterday, social media was blowing up with some of the issues coming out of Lagrange in particular. Social media was blowing up, folks, with some of the information coming out from Lagrange. Right? And so we are following that. We are on the forefront and following all of that here at our end in our own small little way. In our own small little way, following the events as they unfold there at Lagrange. And we're going to highlight a couple of things to you while we hold. Hopefully, our caller comes back in. We're going to highlight a couple of things for you guys. So, for instance, let me make sure I have this correct. Yeah. So, for instance, we are hearing in Region 3, we are hearing that in Region 3, there are COVID positive persons at the IFLOT Nursery School. And this has to be an area of concern. COVID positive persons, both teachers and students, at the IFLOT Primary School. And, we love the primary schools there. We love that secondary school there. But our university, IFLOT, we having it. That University of IFLOT, guys, we ain't having it. We having it. And so we are going to continue for our part to monitor what's happening there at the IFLOT Nursery School. Why is it that so many persons are coming down COVID positive? We know that the administration opened up back for the season so that money could make. We understand that. We overstand it. Money got to make. That's how this government operates. Money got to make. Right? And so they opened up back for the Christmas season. Well, they opened bigger for the Christmas season. Didn't we expect we're going to have COVID-19 with us? We got a surge in COVID-19, a surge in COVID-19 nationally. And lots of instances we're seeing them coming from Region 3. And that's why this school here, IFLOT Nursery School, there's trouble at IFLOT Nursery School, where a lot of persons are coming down, guys, COVID positive. COVID positive at the IFLOT Nursery School. And then in addition to that, ladies and gentlemen, in addition to that, there are other schools. That we know are COVID positive, and quite a few again in that very region there. Quite a few of them. Cecile Ogle, Jennifer Haynes, Jacqueline Ward, quite a few of them, Marilyn Thomas, Orange Stevens, a lot of them COVID-19 positive. Parfait Harmony Primary School is one such place. Parfait Harmony Primary School, guys, is one such place where COVID-19 incidences are being registered between teachers and students alike at Parfait Harmony Primary School. And we got to watch that. What Frank Anthony doing out there? Ladies and gentlemen, what is Frank Anthony really doing out there? Earning pay under false pretenses. We can't have that, people. We can't have people earning money under false pretense. And we just stand up doing nothing. So come on, guys. We got to call out who we got to call out, We got to call out who we got to call out. And so we are going to continue to examine what is happening there in Region 3, Parfait Harmony Nursery School, rather. Nursery School. The folks COVID-19 positive, students and teachers alike. And the ministry is saying, obturators they are, installers they are, oh, the show must go on. We got to open up schools. The show must go on. We got to open up schools. That's what they're telling us. We are also, guys, we are also seeing cases of COVID 19 other places in Region 3. In Region 3. Guys, if you're from Region 3 and you have concerns about what's happening there, especially those folks from Lagrange, especially folks from there, give us a buzz on 627-6963 and let's hear what's happening in Lagrange. We are promised to have a guest talking about some more of what is happening there. But we know that at the West Demerara Secondary School, is the same kind of stuff happening. The same kind of stuff happening, right? Same day, different nonsense. Same day, different nonsense. I'm gonna see it mine if we can get our caller back because we wanted to hear some more stuff. What is happening really and truly in Region 3 in places like Lagrange, right? We want to hear definitively from you guys what is happening there. And we did have a resident there on the line. And as soon as we can get them back, we're gonna put through the call. So we're hearing Western Moraro Secondary School again, COVID-19 positive teachers and students there. These are the things the Ministry of Education and the installed Minister of Education need to come out and let the nation know what exactly is happening in the school system. No, but it's a secret affair. That's how these guys operate. It's a secret affair. Everything for this damn administration is a secret affair. It's state secrets. Right? They won't tell nobody nothing. But we understand. Marlon Thomas characterized it well. Same day, different BS. Same day, different BS. And we're going to have to continue to confront these guys. I wish we had some folks from Lagrange this morning who were willing to call in and let us know what is happening there. We're still trying to get our guests on the other end, but I wish we had some folks who wanted to call from Lagrange, from the allied areas, Region 3 on the whole, and let us know what's happening in Lagrange. Where are all these COVID-19 positive cases coming from? That's what we want to know. Where the cases coming from? Where the cases coming from? Mm. Where they're coming from? So we're monitoring that as well. We are monitoring that as well. These COVID positive cases that are coming from the West Demerara Secondary School. We're watching that. We are watching that, and we will report on that as soon as we have more information for you. We are going to report on that. We are mixing matters, guys. We are pursuing the truth wherever it leads. And again, a number of places in Region 3, we are seeing COVID 19 positive cases. What Frank them doing? What Priya them doing? Big fat salary at the end of the month. Big fat salary at the end of the month. What are they doing? And thank you, Marilyn Thomas, for reminding us that the GTU says scores of its teachers are additionally COVID-19 positive, and they were calling on the installed regime, the Ministry of Education, to suspend face-to-face learning. Priya said, nah. Priya said, not at all. Nah. We're not going in that direction. And yet we see that their own education plan, their education strategic sectorial plan, did not cater for COVID-19 management and mitigation in any meaningful way. So this is what we're dealing with, guys. This is what we're doing. You live on the west side. Is it still the best side? 627-6963. I'd love to hear from a few folks from Region 3. I don't have my guest back as yet, guys, but we are going to keep moving on because that's what we do here. We keep putting one foot in front of the next. So COVID-19 cases at the West Demerara Secondary School, COVID-19 cases at the Eiffel Nursery School, COVID-19 cases at Parfait Harmony. And what we're doing here is just to give you guys a spread of Region 3 and what is transpiring. What does the numbers tell us? And even with 788 confirmed cases yesterday, Frank can go nowhere, Frank still got to work. Frank still got to work and will be earning a magnificent, huge salary at the end of the month. For doing what? What is Frank going to be earning all of this goddamn money for doing? Y'all think we easy in this place? Y'all think we easy in this place, guys? Ah, the whole cabinet and the chest of drawers should be thrown out for how they have looked out for us for COVID, or the absence thereof of looking out for us. These guys should not be where they are by any stretch of the imagination. Guys, we're going to continue to try to see if we get our caller back, because we want to get you the information from the horse's mouth, as it were. We're going to try to get you the information, guys, from the horse's mouth, as it were. All right? Because all this is part of getting you guys valid and credible information. It's all part of getting you valid and credible information. So trouble, COVID trouble, governance trouble as well. Roxanne Aaron, we see you there, and Marlon Thomas, Deborah Clark, Debbie Kelman, Andrea King, Rhonda Spencer Thorm. Trouble in the dance. Trouble in this place, guys. You all think it's easy? If you think it's easy, think again. Just in the last 48 hours, folks, ladies and gentlemen, in the last 48 hours, there have been 1,264 confirmed cases of COVID-19. 1,264 confirmed cases. You know what that means? A surge is on. The damn administration has been so lax. It has been so lax in clamping down on COVID violators, on deepening the policies it has currently, if any at all. But they have been so lax. They've been lax and slack. Slack and lax. 1,264 confirmed cases in a mere couple days. That's over a 2-day period. 1,264 cases of COVID-19. That is where we are, unfortunately. We saw, if you tuned into our broadcast last evening in the ring at 8 p.m., you would have seen we showed you what transpired there at the Cliff Anderson Sports Club. It's fet and melee. It's passo. The administration doesn't care. Distract them boys so we can thief the money. That's the order of the game. Distract them boys so we can thief the money. That's what they're doing. That's what they are. That's what they be. That's what it is. Leonard Zephyr. That is the people we're dealing with. That is the people. You think it's going to get better under them? If this is the modus operandi, you think it's going to get better? It's not going to get better one damn bit unless we collectively decide we're going to do something about the problem. Unless we decide we can do something about the problem, it cannot be business as usual. And it will not be business as usual. It cannot. Right? So we are going to try to get a caller back. We want credible and valid information. Credible and valid information. We're going to continue to bring that to you guys as we continue to monitor what is happening in Region 3 and other places. and other places. All right, we're going to continue to monitor that. Great to see each and every one of you nonetheless. Folks, take the opportunity, why don't you, to share the live stream. We're still hopeful we get our call to come in. We're still hopeful we get our call to come in. Still hopeful, fingers crossed, but we know that people fear victimization in this country. Jacqueline Ward and Orin Duncook, Denise Mitchell, Eileen Griffith, Northern Innes, Joylyn Cook, Richard Fordyce. People frighten. People frighten these jagabats. They frighten these Bakus. Bakus and Bakus. They frighten them. We are not like that, however. We ain't like that. We ain't like that. Folks, if you are joining us out of Region 3, we would love to hear from you. Our number is 627-6963. Hundreds of you are listening to our podcast. Guys, why don't you show us those emojis? Let us know how you're receiving the information wherever you are. Let us know how you're receiving the information. That is quite important to us. Take the opportunity to share the live stream. We are being made to understand, in addition to what we've already told you, at the level of the education system at Golden Grove Secondary School. COVID-19 will be backside. That is what we're being told at Golden Grove. COVID-19 running rampant there. Teachers and students, we're hearing, at the Golden Grove Secondary School are coming down with COVID-19. Yep, COVID-19, folks. It is with us, but what them boys doing? What them boys doing? That's what I want to know. Right? What them boys doing? You understand what we say when we say the blow gotta blow? Because them boys wasting time. Them boys wasting time. They are wasting time. Wasting time. You understand? They're wasting time. We're going to keep trying to get our caller back. I don't know where our call disappeared to. But we're going to keep trying to get our caller. Once you're calling from Region 3, you want to come in on the program, I would have you know we are live on air. So when you come in to talk about issues that are affecting Region 3. Hello? Hello, you're live.
Cheryl, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Staff at New Amsterdam Technical Institute
Uh-huh.
come down with the COVID.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my daughter worked there and she just tell me she's one of them who get the COVID.
Oh, wow, 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 wow.
So
You know, it's
they put them in
interesting what the government
quarantine.
is doing. It's interesting.
They,
In some cases, they just fumigate the room and they say, y'all go back to work.
they send them on 14 days quarantine and school going as usual. Yeah, she's one of them. She's a senior lecturer and she's one of them who get the COVID.
Well, we hope the government is going to act responsible and once and for all actually try to arrest the situation.
Yeah.
Right? But we're seeing a very, very pervasive spread of COVID-19. And
Oh
based on
yes.
the information we're getting from all quarters of the country, it ain't looking good. It ain't looking
But
good
she's
at
not
all.
living at me. She's not living at me. She's living in the quarters. So she just called me, tell me that they take the test this morning, and a few of them is COVID positive. So they had to, be in quarantine.
I hear you.
And
And
school is
yeah,
and school is going on now as usual. The rest who don't have it have to, double up and be teaching.
yeah, and we hope, we really hope that the administration takes the matter very, very seriously and that they
Mhm.
bring all the efforts to bear to arresting this problem. We hope your daughter recovers in no time as well.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you as well. Thanks for coming
Mhm.
through.
Yep.
Yep, guys, there you have it. Right? And the Technical Institute there in New Amsterdam, COVID-19 positive folks. COVID-19 positive folks out there. COVID-19 positive folks. Guys, we don't know where this is heading, And we were talking with one doctor, Sumar, quite recently, Rohan Sumar, quite recently. And some of what Dr. Sumar said to us is quite startling. Some of what Dr. Sumar said to us, guys, is quite startling. We got to take precautions. We were trying to get Dr. Sumar as well on our program today, but these guys, by the very nature of their work, have such busy schedules. We're going to keep trying because we understand that you, our viewers, you all need credible and valid information as much as we do. Credible and valid information, right? We understand that we all need it. Credible and valid information. And so we are going to continue to bring that information to you guys. But as I said, we were talking with Dr. Ruhan Sumar just today. And it's quite startling some of what Dr. Sumar said to us. He said that with the spike in Guyana cases, it is clear that the Omicron variant has arrived in Guyana. He said with the number of cases going up the way they have over the last 24 hours, 1,264. He says almost a foregone conclusion. All you got COVID with y'all. Dr. Sumar is Guyanese, thankfully, but he works in the diaspora. He's the system chairman of the Department of Energy. He's the system chairman of the Department of Emergency Medicine at Sinclair's in New Jersey. Good. So he's the systems chairman of the department. He's the systems chairman of the Department of Energy of Emergency Medicine at Sinclair's in New Jersey. He also works out of St. Mary's Hospital as well. Eminently qualified Guyanese. And he said that if it is the Omicron variant, it will spread throughout the population like a tsunami. It will spread throughout the population, okay, as a tsunami. That's what he said. Folks, we got a lot to think about. You are live on air. You are live on air. Let me let you know.
Yes. Good morning, Sherrod.
Good
Good
morning. Go right
morning.
ahead.
Okay, good. You know what? It's clear the government cares nothing about the people. But at some point, or at some time, people have to um take their own life into their hands. Okay, you just can't depend on the government fully because they're going to do what they're going to do. I have seen where they have functioning there, where people are sitting down in crowds and with masks. I agree with those people who have to go to work and they can't do certain things because the government going to penalize them. But for those who don't have to go to work and who are out there, they shouldn't put themselves in a situation where they could be infected with COVID. They have to take responsibility for their own action at some point or the other. That's just my contribution.
Thanks very much. And I love that you have said that because we saw just day before yesterday, we showed you guys this photograph yesterday in our program, what transpired there at an event at the sports hall. This is the Futsal competition semifinals at the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall in Homestretch. Thousands of persons turned out there, and nobody was thinking about COVID-19, Omicron, nor the IMU. Sorry, the IUM. Right? Nobody was thinking about that. Nobody was thinking about that. It was just fun and frolic. So we, the people, at some point, we got to take the situation in hand. And we cannot unnecessarily expose ourselves. We cannot. So that was Dr. Sumar talking, we were quoting earlier on about how we should be conducting ourselves. Right? He says that he wouldn't be surprised to see almost everyone in the country infected. You wouldn't be surprised to see everybody in the country infected. So, folks, we got to do our part. We got to do our part. Here's what Dr. Sumar told us. He said that if you are vaccinated and boosted, you will likely have a mild to moderate form of COVID 19. If you are not vaccinated, however, you will likely have serious disease, hospitalization, and possible death. He ends by saying this massive and acute infection has the potential of overwhelming the healthcare system here in Guyana. If we don't take it in hand, it has the capacity and the potential of overwhelming the hospital facilities. And so he is cautiously optimistic on the way forward. Cautiously optimistic. Eminently qualified Guyanese, works in the area of COVID 19 in the diaspora. And when he says what he says, I got to believe him. I got to believe him. Who we going to believe? The Trenches, the Jacobats, the Nakavakamites, the Sadducees and the Pharisees, the Hittites, the Hippocytes? Is them we can believe? I'd rather believe Dr. Rohan Sumar, eminently qualified Guyanese, who works in this area overseas. Yep. I wish some folks who were in Region 3 would call us and tell us about this COVID 19 issue happening there, the water wars, and some problems they're having with the NDC. I wish we had a couple callers on the line who would grace us with their presence this morning. I seem not to be able to get back our other caller. I'm going to try one last time. I am going to try one last time to see if we get that caller. Right? If not, we move ahead. If not, we will move right ahead. I'm going to try yet again to see how things be. And I think I do have a caller. Let me wait before we try again. This is somebody I'd like to hear from. Talk the things. I ain't interrupting you.
Hi, hi, Sharon. Good morning.
Good morning to you too.
I am hurting. I am hurting. I am so scared. I was never afraid of COVID more than now. And the Guyanese people need to be careful. Stop going to these super spreader. They need to stay home. They are not working so many hours. Take the necessary precautions. Ignore this nonsense with these people that spreading all over this country and all over the place, man. And I think Frank Anthony, Priya, the whole pack of them, with the Ram both one name, Ram Sammy, all of them, they all need to resign and go home.
Mm-hmm.
These people gotta do better than this. They don't care nothing about the Guyanese people. They're not
Precisely.
putting nothing in place. Look, in Linden, I talked to my children home this morning. New Silver City School got teachers and students that are positive.
This is Linden.
Wisborg Secondary School.
This is
yeah.
Linden.
Wisborg School, yeah. Wisborg School got teachers and students that are positive. God knows how much more how the school in Linden got it. Why Priya don't close the school? And I think Coretta McDonald, they should call the teachers off, close the place down.
Correct. But I appreciate where they're concerned, the union that is Guyana Teachers Union, that there are stages in which they have to follow. But they have sounded the first bell, which is you guys should stop this face-to-face learning because it is hurting our teachers. They're coming down COVID-19 positive. Right ahead.
Exactly. The face-to-face learning supposed to stop. Why? What is the matter with Priya child going to school? I'm sorry to serve Priya child when she got in going to school. This is nonsense. And the Guyanese people need to come out, keep their children at home. Why parents sending their children home? They're so glad to get rid of them from in their house. Keep your children.
Marlon, as you're on the line, we're being told that New Amsterdam Primary in Trinity Street, New Amsterdam, They were on lockdown since
nursery
Tuesday.
school. Yeah, imagine. I am so and I understand that nursery school children with COVID. Come on, man. Parents need to keep home their children. Once they keep their children home, the teachers can't go and work. It's as simple as this. The PTA bodies in the schools, I wonder if they know how much privileges they got. The PTA bodies can close the schools down. Pardon? Like
Yep, yep, yep. This is where we are. This is where we are. And then
spreading
they come out,
style.
catfish
It
come
is
out yesterday to say they ain't closing
wild.
down the
It
school.
is
Catfish said that
all
yesterday. Catfish said they
caffeine
ain't closing no school down.
done. If some state
Yep, guys. So this is where we are. And let me
want this, the schools
go right ahead, Martin.
have. Yeah, here they
Yes, we're hearing you,
are
Martin.
already
Go right ahead. Marlene, thanks for your contribution. If that
closing.
if that is it.
Yeah, your call keep dropping. Your call dropping.
Well, that's the service provider for you. But I'm saying that the in with all of that that is happening,
And
the
this.
catfish administration telling us just learning that again, another school is very affected by what's happening. New Amsterdam Trinity, New Amsterdam Primary in Trinity Street, New Amsterdam. We're being told it's on lockdown since early in the week. But even with that, catfish them said they ain't
Jesus.
concerned. They ain't closing school. The school got to open. Children got to learn.
Well, the parents got to keep their children home.
Yep. And here it is saying that children must wear their mask all the time in
Home.
school. This is catfish, right? Children must wear their mask all the
Mask,
time.
I want catfish. Yeah, but what I want catfish, understand, mask or no mask, you will still get it because the Omicron is contagious. So mask or no mask, you will still get COVID. Fully vaxxed or not, you will get COVID. My God, I'm
Correct.
so hurt.
Correct. I'm very concerned that they don't have a plan. They don't have a program. And COVID is running so rampant. Thanks very much, Marlene.
Yeah. Yes.
Guys, so Catfish said just yesterday, he said that in terms of school, we have seen all the data so far in most countries, almost all the countries are saying that we cannot close schools, we cannot close the education system. They are keeping the schools open. They are doing the testing, they are taking the precautions, and they are encouraging folks to wear masks. That's Catfish for you. You didn't close no school. Then came a school, children and teachers come down with COVID-19. They want the status quo to remain. They want the status quo to remain. That is what they're telling us. And folks, as we look to program time, here, you know, all kinds of stuff happening in this country. All kinds of stuff happening in this country. Only God can help us. We're gone a far way. We're gone a far way, right? And Guyanese got to know how much they can take. Right now, there are protests happening in Barbados as the nurses take to the street to protest what the government is doing. Right? Right now, a very good morning. You are live, live, live. You are live on our podcast below the belt. We seem to have lost that person. Nonetheless, we are privileged that you guys are here right now in Barbados. Nurses are protesting. what the government is doing right now in Barbados. Folks, why don't you take the opportunity to share? Hundreds of you have tuned in, and we're so privileged to have each and every one of you. Share the live stream, share the broadcast, and we want to see those emojis as well, guys. Share, share, share. Lynette Zephyr, we see you there. We see you there, Lynette. Romy Leander, we see you. Simone Kelman, Washington, we see you as well. Desiree Smart Felix, we see you too. Hazelin King, Carla Forbes, we see you out there. Marsha Glasgow, we see you. Alexis Williams, we see you too. Welcome to the podcast. Take the opportunity to share the live stream on your pages, on your profiles. Send a link to a friend. It's madness you're doing here, you know. It's total confunction nonsense in this country, in Barbados as we speak. Nurses are protesting. What are we going to do as Guyanese? What are we going to do? What are we prepared to do as Guyanese? First Lady then Las Vegas shopping. What are we prepared to do? Those of us who are left, what are we prepared to do? You are live on our program Below the Belt.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Go right ahead.
Well, I think that we, the people of Ghana, got to take matters into our hands because I, as a parent, I got to look after my young ones. They don't care. The the senior education don't care. They don't care because their children is in grade 7 close. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But 8 and up, it means that they're looking after their own. And if parents can't see, well, and to be frank with you, there's some things that you have to say because like, the mentality of Ghanese, they believe in this aristocratic power and thing. They don't want this people as being aristocrat. You don't have to be rich to be an aristocrat. You understand? And if you got your child, you got to protect it. And if a class has 15 children and 10 of the parents keep the children home, they will have to close the class. You understand? The parents is the power. Why? Why is it that these parents just want to send the children out the door? My granddaughter is at home right now. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's nobody gonna make me send my granddaughter out there. You understand? And if I got to do the teaching home, I'll do it home. I certain that Pure have online classes for the grade 7 children. I'm certain of that. Why stop online learning? Why? The people don't care, and next thing to the people knows it, and I'm gonna say it. The mentality of Guyanese, especially certain of us, money got for make and we got for sport, but they don't realize that when they're sporting, the money making ain't going in their pocket, it going in the private sector pocket. You understand? And they don't understand that. I don't know who is it with Guyanese, and then we cannot think for ourselves. And I made a comment on one of the things that we see, despite it going on the first ladies in Las Vegas sporting at a friend
Yep.
wedding.
Yep. Yep.
You understand?
Yep.
Guyanese supposed to see that if there's a spike, the first lady is being paid by Guyanese taxpayers. Even if the stipend she get is taxpayers' money, and that money is paid to her to do things to serve the Guyanese public. It's not for her to go. It's not she getting plying with her husband, but seeing that how she's the wife of the first of the president. Okay, let her give her typing that she can create and do things. It's not to go on sport. And let me tell you something. She's one of the worst first lady we ever had. Look at Ramatar's wife. Look at you ever see the going in the most expensive place in New York where all the lords and all the things shop? She did that. You ever see Ramtar's wife and them going to keep the border in Dubai? This lady is excessive. And I wanted to know that in other countries, if the president is being taken to court for excessive, It takes his wife also because she's part and parcel. This lady's too excessive. You understand? None Arthur Tongue wife never do it. Desmond Height wife never do it. Boynham wife never did it. Shady wife never did it. Ramatar's wife never did it. Why? Why? You see, she's part of the parcel of what's going on, and guys gotta see they don't care because if she got COVID, she's supposed to be home here with the taxpayers' money and creating something and doing something for the Guyanese public home here. And I'm sorry with this, but I want parents to know that they're the power in this country. And if they say, look, the teachers they don't have nothing to teach, the education, the school can't go on, they can teach the bare walls. But the people then realize that the teachers need a salary, they got expenses, and the teachers then will do it. But a lot of teachers, 'cause I talk with teachers, they don't want to do it, but the children is coming to school and they have to teach them. So you have to take your children, keep it away. And some of these same parents that you see that how money got from make and they can't keep the children home, check them out. When the children go to school, they're up on the phone all day. And something I tell you is logic and facts. You understand? So
Mm-hmm.
I am speaking the truth. Is that Guyanese, whether East Indian, whether black, whether Amerindian, whether Portuguese, gotta come see these people have no time with none of us. None of us. Nandalal don't have a chick nor a child. Wincy don't have a chick nor a child. You understand? The president got one. And I saw things I'm important. If no people gotta understand. The people gotta understand it. We got to be the people that stand up. But when you speak to certain people, you hear this. After all, I just single parent. I tell you how they said, I is a single parent.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck they got to do if you're a single parent to secure your child? I mean, if you send a child out and they die, it's better for you. Huh? That's how I watching it. But I hope that Guyanese will take stock and watch it. What doing? I would say, look, we cannot put the teachers them at risk. Let us take our children out of school. You understand? Because I cannot like the way that CEO, the chief education also handled the children at Christchurch. You understand? He's totally out of context. And let me tell you something. If I was a teacher there, I'd rather lose my work. Because what I would have hold on for me, how you disrespectful to me because if I married and my husband don't even talk to me as a teacher, or my wife will talk to me, who the hell is he to come and talk to me like that? Eh? All of them is rubber stamp. Because he knows his child is not going to school. His child is a grade 7.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep. Yep. Yep.
they just put in one side and these people doing things to suit themselves.
Yep.
And Chinese people don't see it. They're doing things to suit themselves.
Yep. Yep.
As I use the term, the wicked think and the dirty.
Correct is right. Correct is right. You just speak, mom there. Correct is right. Correct is right.
All right then. But I hope other parents are listening. And a child, and let me tell grandparents, you don't always depend upon your daughter and your son because plenty grandparents will at least play your part also because it's your generation. It's your generation. The grandparents got to start playing their part too. You understand?
Fantastic. 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 Thank you so much for coming through, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Folks, that is going to do it for our time today. That is going to do it for our time today, unfortunately. But we are so privileged that you guys would have joined us today on our live podcast in the ring, our international podcast. Folks, we cannot do it without you. And we continue to say that without any apologies to whoever feel we're begging people for money. It's not only our business in the first place. But we've been inviting you guys to come on board and to partner with us. We have several platforms available at Cash App. Our Cash App handle is in the ring 592. Our Cash App handle is in the ring 592. We are available also via PayPal in the ring 592 at gmail.com. That's our PayPal email address. In the ring 592 at gmail.com. We're also available via the local system, the MMG, the GT&T system. Our number there is 627-6963. Our number there again is 627-6963. And we're available via MoneyGram. We're available via Western Union, guys. If you need any guidance on any of what you've heard there, you're free to call us on WhatsApp on that same MMG number, 627-6963, 627-6963. And guys, our quote of the day comes from Aristotle, the Greek philosopher. Our quote of the day comes from Aristotle, our Greek philosopher, who said that he who is to be good, he who is to be a good ruler must have first been ruled. He who is to be a good ruler must have first himself been ruled. He who is to be a good ruler must have first, he who is to be a good ruler himself must have first been ruled. Guys, that's our quote of the day. You can't want to rule people that you don't like follow. You can't want to lead people and you of yourself got a lot of issues. It don't work so. That's what Aristotle saying in his own way. You have to be able to discipline yourself first before you can lead other people. You can't want to rule people and you're drinking rum and drunk and falling down and cussing up and so on. You can't want to rule people and you're breaking up families. You're breaking up people's home and so forth. They ain't gonna work. So again, Aristotle in his wisdom, writing from 335 BC, says, "He who is to be a good ruler must have first been ruled." You got to be able to submit yourself to good teaching, good leadership, good mentorship, and then in stages you emerge. But some people want to come out one day and say, "Hey, look at the hay, it's me." It don't work. So, folks, for this year, I hope you improve your reading. We gotta read this year. We gotta analyze this year. How we gonna be militant? How we gonna be vigilant against the Hippocytes and the Hittites, the Jebusites, the Jagabats, the Trenchies? How we gonna be a force for them to reckon with if we come weak? Aristotle's statement is so potent. He who is to be a good ruler must have first been ruled. Some of them never been ruled by nobody, you know. They set their own way, stubborn people. That's why we got some of the kind of intractable issues in this damn country that we have. Because some of them don't give themselves to no reading, you know. They don't like read, they don't like analyze, they don't like research. They don't like to like trying to comprehend issues and to grapple and engage matters, you know, it's weakening them. They hate it. But we got to be different in 2022, folks. We got to be sharp in 2022. We got to be sharp. And we are privileged to have Richard Fordyce, Erwin Don Cook, Unica Light, Jacqueline Adams, we see you out there as well. Carla Washington, Abiola Washington, all the Washingtonians here today on the live podcast. We are so privileged that you guys were here as well. Guys, something is out there. It's Omicron, it's COVID 19 substantially, is the novel coronavirus. Whatever it is IHU, whatever it is, we got to protect ourselves. Stay safe out there, folks. Don't get lax and slack in your actions. Take COVID-19 serious. Get vaccinated, fully vaccinated. Get your booster. All of those things is what Dr. Sumar advised to help us to fight against the coronavirus and all its mutations. Get fully vaccinated or boosted, Dr. Sumar says. Wear a medical grade surgical mask, KN94, KN95. He says, wear those masks at all times if you can. Avoid bars and restaurants. Prepare your immune system with increased food and hydration. Use vitamin D, C, and zinc. Dr. Sumar says, use vitamin D, C, and zinc as well. Dr. Sumar says, practice enhanced hand washing and proper hygiene. Some of the schools don't even have running water. And you're telling us about oil fines every day. Give us a break. We want that money to be used and managed wisely, not by these thieves and scoundrels and jacobats and vagabonds. So use your vitamin D, C, and zinc. Provide enhanced, practice enhanced hand washing and proper hygiene, and procure supplies. Dr. Sumara says for your family for at least 2 weeks. If you got to go on lockdown, you got to get food in the house. How we can do number 5 on the list? Increase food and hydration. How we can do that? That being said, folks, that being said, thanks for joining the podcast. This is our time for today. We're going to see you guys right back here tomorrow. Thanks for joining our podcast. Ensure you share the podcast as you go. Hundreds of you guys are still watching us. Share the podcast as you go. We're going to see you tonight in the ring. Same time, same place. Back here tomorrow as well. Below the belt. Who vex lose? Who vex? Thanks for joining us. See you guys at 8. Thanks for joining the podcast. Below the belt. Who vex lose? Stay safe, guys. Stay safe.